welcome back, survivors. I'm the Survivalist, and we return to Amnesia: The Dark Descent, where I'm thinking, or kind of hoping, this might be the last episode of the series. If it was to the point, like I say, I'll find everything I needed for, like, this puzzle here last episode, I probably would have tried to finish it then, but I couldn't figure out what we were missing, so I do admit I had to look up the last part of, like, what's the stopping point here. And in the, not here... Where is it? In the notes, maybe? Yeah. Okay, so we get in here, and it kind of talks about the three things we need. The poisonous fungus thing we found in the area where I got killed. I think it was just once, and then I kind of bugged the game out with one of the monsters. We got that. We got the Tempter, which actually was probably one of the easiest if simplest to get. And the one I didn't get was this one, the Vitae extract from, as usual, any agonized human victim's blood. I just need large amounts to sell it properly. Now, I thought this might have meant we had to collect it from Daniel, who we're playing as, because when you think about it, how it says, any agonized human victim's blood, I thought that would be us, given, like, the amnesia wearing off, all the mental stress, all the stuff going on. He'd be in a state where maybe this Vitae would be produced a lot more. It's actually from a different spot that we're going to go to it to collect it now. So, I do admit... Oh. Oh, right, I'm out of lantern oil. Okay, that's... probably going to be a bit of an... I don't know if it'll be too big of an issue, given, like, again...
What are you doing? Time is running short.
I know, Agrippa. I'm working on that. I just gotta go get the last bit. I probably wouldn't have figured it out if I didn't look up what I had to do going forward from this, and... I actually don't think I can complete that now. Because... oh, I don't think I'll be able to complete that, yeah. Because with this closed up like it is, I can't go back to get the last piece of what I need. What you had to do was go back through into this area to, like, the whatever that place is called. And there's a drain that, like, a bunch of blood is flowed into that you have to, like, put this into to collect it and then get it out. I kind of feel like that's... that feels like a bit of bad design, and, like, I thought we'd be able to go back to it, because if we come over this way... okay, that says everything is all right there. I'm able to...
Shouldn't trust him.
no, okay, maybe I can't go this way either. I thought I would have been able to, so... I guess all I can do is go forward without having option to that.
Time is running short.
Because, yeah, nothing to me kind of, like, worked out as where I would have been able to, like, get that last piece. So I kind of feel like, unless you knew where the pieces were beforehand, it would be easy to not be able to get them. Oh no, I think I gotta... okay, appropriate workspace needed before the tar can be applied. Well, I'll see about going forward from here like I was talking about. Down. But, yeah, I thought it would be a case like we might be able to get access to the two ways down there, but with those broken off, there's really no turning back to be able to actually complete that at this point. So we'll see if we can actually get to where we have to put the orb together, which is at the end of the hall here, but I think that locked out an ending for the game, but I do feel like that is... again, I've talked about, like, how sometimes Amnesia, I feel like, shoots itself in its foot a little bit. That's another kind of point where I feel like it has. Like, either you know exactly what you have to get, or if you progress too far without knowing, you're not going to be able to do it. And I just want to be cautious here, because there has been... that one enemy that does, I think, lurk around here. So, yeah, all we can really do, I guess, is just go to the end from here. Okay, so I believe what we have to do is... okay, a tar in there. And just assemble this up and together. Okay, there we go. That's restored. And I think we can go through now? Ow. Or not. Oh, okay, we had to wait for that. Might as well use one of those, just top us up. And bring this to a close. Because I can't imagine there's too much more with all the build up to, like, this here and the talk about, like, we need the orb to get into the Sanctum. Still, though. Or is it a case... Oh, hang on. Let me close this. Is it a case of, like, something's going to come investigate again and I have to hide? Because that's, admittedly, another thing that I found kind of wore on with Amnesia. It's like, it started to get too scripted with you knew when you were going to have, Okay, I feel like I've got to do something here, but, like... There's nothing I know of I can, complete. Like, this keeps throwing me back. Yeah, touching it does that. I don't know of anything else I'm missing at this point. Basic barrier blocks passage. Orb does not by itself remove... Must... Oh, okay, hang on, I've gotta... Okay, I have to go and I guess do something over there now. But yeah, it kind of feels like into some of the stages, it wasn't as thought out as I kind of expected it would have been for, like, how well it had started out with its build-up. I mean, I'll talk about that once we maybe have, like, the credits to go through and discuss. But it has felt like there's been some shortfalls to the game that are kind of hard to, like, ignore. Ow. Okay, you know what? I probably, yeah, a few cuts and bruises. Okay, is there anything I can... like, pick up and throw in there to, like, break it? It looked like there was this... Oh, yeah, not large enough jam in the cogwheels. So I guess I need to find something else for that. But I don't know what would be good to throw into that. Especially with not having my lantern anymore to, can't pick up any of that. I don't think a box would do it. I feel like that would just get broken apart. I don't think the hammer would do it if that sheet didn't. I don't know if I can, like, move too much of... Oh, hang on. Maybe if I can get these rocks off of this board, it'll let me pick and move this. No, not that. Yeah, that one's too big to move. I guess I could just try a big rock? We'll see. I kind of feel like I've suddenly lost the ability for completing some of the puzzles. Oh, okay, that hurts. Now, I don't know if that'll script like something's going to come in here to check it out again, or I can just go and we're done. Sounds like I'm going to have to hide. See, again, this is another one. It felt like if they weren't so, like, steadily back to back, this would be more interesting to, like, see and do. But it's gets to a point where you understand every time you get something done, you'll have, like, okay, you have to hide now, because something's going to come to check out or see what's going on. And then it'll just do a peek around, then leave, and... Again, it kind of feels like the repetition really wears it down. Or maybe there's nothing to check out. Huh. I know I heard it. Oh, there it is. Ah, frickin'. Oh. Wait, where'd it go now? It was literally right there. Was that just like I was seeing things? God. Seeing things? I was like, yeah, it was just right along here. But I don't know if it was walking away or towards us, so... Well, I guess we only have forward to go. Nope, I guess we gotta really go. Okay, the Inner Sanctum. I don't have the lantern I can even pull out to help us out with, things. Ooh. What is all this? Oh, okay, note.
19th of August, 1839.
It's not fair. I'm not to blame. I've been manipulated by that demon. He played my guilty conscience and duped me into facing the shadow alone. That vile, conspiring man. He expects me to meet my death as he steals power beyond imagination. Alexander, I will kill you for what you have done. If only the shadow had caught me in London or Algeria, I wouldn't have to suffer this humiliation. You made me a murderer. A monster.
And now, I merely await my death. I am too weak to press on. I can hardly stand as my knees fail me. I cannot see as my eyes are dressed in tears. I am as broken as the men I've tortured. If only I could wipe my fear away, as we did with them.
Okay, so I guess that's like the final realization. Ow. Not sure if I'm supposed to do that, but it's something done. See, I thought we'd have the shadow right on our tail with like all the rumbling, but maybe not. Okay, there's that, and what about over here? Nope, maybe... God, kind of feels like... Okay, what would have happened if you, like, were really injured with those two things? Because, like... Well, not open. Okay, but I've got... Okay, there's that there. Oh. Ooh, what's... Okay, doing that did something. Or might have been doing something. That still won't open. That does something, and if I go back here, that's doing... Did or has done something too. Although... Okay, is that what I had to... Ah, frickin'... Okay, the only thing I can see is pressing forward and getting in here. The orb chamber. So this is where Alexander should be. Because again, it feels like this is getting towards its finale or climax.
It saddens me to see you filled with such hate. Is vengeance really what you seek? I hoped you, of all people, could appreciate the grave nature of the situation. After all, it's always been your life we were fighting for. Isn't it worth a little sacrifice? Come, help me finish the ritual. There's still time before the shadow catches up with you.
Okay, it says it's unstable, but I don't know how to, like, knock this over, because I don't see anything I can grab to, like, manipulate or push or... Do I just keep smacking at it? Like, I can hold it and do something, but, like... Yeah, why... Okay, this is... So I can't do any of that, but I can't even seem to, like, actually... like, do anything. Oh!
No, don't do that.
Oh, I can. Okay. That's what I gotta do. I guess I gotta, like...
I realize you doubt my intentions. Why would I take such extreme measures to save your life? Maybe I'm saving mine too.
So, if I can...
Stop it, Daniel. You are ruining it.
Well, we definitely don't want to let him go through.
I beg you.
He didn't seem to have too many problems given, like, leaving us to the fate of the Shadow.
You, Daniel, a prisoner of circumstance, trapped in a world I no longer recognize. As you gain your power,
There we go.
you
Uh-oh.
killed us. You killed us both.
Well, maybe that's the fitting end, is get rid of both of them. Us and Alexander, given, like, what we had done.
It was my greatest triumph, and I never looked back.
Okay, I guess we didn't die with him, to the Shadow.
You think I was afraid, fleeing Brennenburg? Huh. Quite the contrary.
I guess we're kind of going back through the castle to leave now with the Shadow fully gone. Don't know about these servants of his, though.
I knew it was my purgatory. Hellfire made to wash away my sins. There's no denying the things I've done, but I have paid my tribute. I gave them that awful man. I did the right thing.
I guess that's the sound of the castle collapsing behind us. Or behind Daniel, but that was Amnesia, The Dark Descent. I have to admit, I feel like it's a bit overrated for, like, all the talk it does get. Like, it does start out really well with the atmosphere, like, but I think they also push it too hard too early. Like, when we were going through some of the early rooms, there's all kinds of sounds you hear, and some groans and that, and it kind of builds you up to being dreading a lot. But once you get past that early dread and it stays so consistent, it kind of gets, like, numb in a way. And it felt like all the other things of, like, them trying to have, like, crying or sobbing and other ambient sound effects, they just lose all of their effect because they hit you too hard and too steadily with it early on. Like, the servants in that, I think, like, that music sting siren sort of sound that comes on with them actually can diminish them a bit because it takes away the panic. Well, I shouldn't say takes away, but adds, like, an extra difficulty of trying to identify, like, direction of where that's coming from to know, like, I've got to run, I got to flee. It's almost, you hear it, you try to quickly look around, and if you're not fast enough, you can get killed instantly, and that kind of cuts all the tension of that, and it starts you over again. I also think, I'm also kind of disappointed in the water monster, or, like, the Cairn, or whatever it's called, because, like, it's one of the more infamous parts of Amnesia, and if anybody's heard of the game, they probably heard of that, but I wasn't expecting it to be not so bad that's so early, but it's so little past that point of it has effect. I actually went online trying to look up, like, okay, what were the steps I missed or were trying to do for Agrippa with that concoction thing? And it turns out only if you have a sanity that's below a certain point will it then appear as another threat to in, like, some of the water areas, or when you're trying to drain the cistern, and there's that one big area that has, I think it's, like, the 4 levers scattered across it, and there's, like, a lot of water stops. You have to, like, either jump puzzle around or walk through the water to reach. And yeah, beyond that, that's it. So, like my playthrough, you could basically only encounter the water monster at that initial start point, and it's never present again, except for, like, getting that Tamter thing at the very end there. It felt weird. What else? The scripted effects of, like, you complete a puzzle stage and then you hear a groan and you know you're being, like, something's coming to check it out. Felt like they were done too often. It feels like that you can predict every time it's going to happen again. There was one time with, like, the change from, like, kind of sneaking around to more action sequence. I feel like the trigger's a little too early for it. That was when we were leaving the cistern or the sewer, and I was just about to open the door, the siren was starting to go off, so I thought it was something ahead of us, but it was actually behind. But I didn't really have the audio to know it was from behind about to come up to us. So that's why I thought it was ahead, and because we were opening the door, that was like, okay, now you're going to have to run, kind of lead it around the sewer and sneak by or something, but that's the one I kind of disliked. I didn't like the area of the chancel, I think it was called, where there's, like, the red filter, and it's very difficult to see in there, even with the lantern. And there's that one enemy that got us then. And then also, I do kind of feel like there were some puzzle steps of Amnesia that weren't explained as well as they should have been. Like, in the morgue, when we were about to try to go through the cistern, there's, like, we have to vaccinate ourselves for the fungus. I do not see how it would work of, you take a corpse, you drill into it, you poke the needle thing there, and then you have to, like, use it as a needle to inject yourself with the blood. Because, I mean, there's no beating heart in the person, so I don't think the blood would be flowing to any amount like that. Yes, it would probably drain out, but I don't know if there'd be pressure for it to, like, go out almost like a needle of sorts. And I don't feel like there's the paperwork to kind of say, like, these are the steps for that, which kind of left me pretty confused there. Another one was, again, wanting to try to make the tonic for... Oh, actually, hang on. I do have something for the transept here. Maybe I'll actually see about going back to this. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to... Let me load this up and see how far back we are, because since I know all the steps now, it might be much quicker completing this and getting, like, this other ending. Because this is the ending I wanted to try going for, because we found, like, all the notes and everything. But once that got, like, blocked off from us not being able to do it... Let me see. Okay, yeah, so I've got everything I still have to do here. But now that I'm here, I think I... Okay, I need to find string from somewhere, but... This is back in the transept, so...
How much more, Baron? How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me already! Kill me!
This one. Prepare him.
Yeah, I think this also means I'll have to go back through the sequence with the, red filter I was talking about I dislike. But you know what? We do have one more, episode we could do tomorrow just to, like, wrap things up. So I'm just going to pop in here. I think it was in here where we found the string. Yeah. Okay, we'll take that. Notes on torture, da-da-da-da. Okay, so this is where I can actually get that last piece that I didn't for the tonic, and I think we should be fine for trying to make it. I do kind of wish there was actually a manual save system, because I think all we got were autosaves there. Because all I've got is, yeah, save and exit as an option, so... But at least now that I know what I'm doing, we should be able to speed through this a little bit faster. But I'm just going to, for now... get the thing I missed, and we weren't able to get again. So it is in the transept here, and it is down, I think, over this way.
Let me go, you brute!
The cradle is ready.
Good.
You're a man! How can you partake in this?
Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man! It was an accident!
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault! Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
Okay, once the effect wears off, it's in one of these rooms. There's like a drain of sorts to find.
No, please! Do anything! Whatever you want! Anything! I'll do anything! I'm innocent!
Yeah, so this is just going through with some of the torture mechanisms and implements and such. So it wasn't that one. Let me check each of these quickly. How much? Okay, I've got a fair bit of oil. I think there'll still be a little bit of stuff. Yeah, like, again, you hear this ambient sound that you think might make you more, like, worried, but nothing really comes of it. Okay, here it is. Hung upside down, tears soiled with blood flowing from his belly, sobbed between his legs, da 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 da. Okay, so this is the little thing that we had to use, and I missed on the other go. So that is the last piece I didn't have for the tonic. Oh, right, I also have the orbs I gotta collect, so that's one. I also feel like the screen effects probably were meant to give a little bit more of an extra layer, but I gotta admit, there are even times I feel hard on my eyes and, like, dizzy or such for seeing it all. Yeah, I'll save the lantern as much as I can, even though I've got some oil. And gotta go back in here to find the other orb piece. So we'll try to get the third ending to the game. There's one where I think you just let Alexander do his thing, and that's the end of you, which isn't really all that good of an ending for ourselves. There we go, got that. Get out of there. There's the one that we saw where we knock over the pillars, which felt a little clunky, and I could see, like, it getting a little frustrating if, with, like, just trial and error not working, like, do you click, do you drag, do you sidestep, or what? And then there's this other one where we're going to help out Agrippa. But again, I felt like it didn't give the most clear indication of like how you would get all of the pieces you need for it. So yeah, let's get out of there. How's our sanity? Crystal clear, surprisingly enough. So that's done. Okay, I guess that's the shadow starting to come into, or coming after us. Now we want to go through here. And it is just around here we've got to put the meat back onto the rope, lower that down, give the Carrick a snack, then bring that up. And then I think next episode I'll work us through the other side. Because I think it goes pretty smoothly or quickly now that I know everything I have to do. The biggest thing was, again, kind of fumbling around, not sure what I needed to do to complete stuff. Yeah, so we wait on that. But yeah, this is like one of the only points of like the monster, or the water monster, having a role. For how talked about it is, I'm surprised at heavily. There's that. Now I'll have to head back up to open the other lever.
Dad, good to see you. You seem to have found all the orb pieces used in the transfer. Go to the choir and find the rest.
Yeah, I'll do that in just a moment. I've just got to head up and flick the other lever and come back down this way. And we've got to get the last piece over there. But yeah, I think I had mentioned that Amnesia could be a short game if you knew everything you were doing, and I do think that holds very true. It's a good game, but I still feel like it's a little overrated and over-talked about for, like, what all it actually offers. Is it this one? Oh, it is. Okay, good. Flip you up. That's that done. Okay, so that's refilled, so we got a full lantern. Oh, I thought it was refilled. Maybe not. Or I guess maybe not enough to really make a dent. Yeah, that's it for that. Okay, we'll get back down and maybe see about trying to just get the early steps of the choir complete. Because there is like the little couple of steps
Daniel,
before it.
you have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
Yes. Okay, that's done. We're back down here. We're back with Agrippa.
How are things coming?
Ah,
You got the
pretty
doors
long.
open? Good going. I knew you could do it.
Yeah, I'll just light one or... one of those I think should be good, because it's basically straight shot. Yeah, you know how to light that. Oh, more laudanum. I don't know if I'll need or not. Take that. Take that one. Nothing there. Okay. Yeah, so this is where we get all the info for that. We've got the blood properly now. We've got the Tempter. We've just got the fungus to get ahead. Just use that quickly. Da-da-da-da, that's all done. And now I think we are good to go here. Like, I thought... My big thinking was, again, I thought the blood came from Daniel himself, and that's where I didn't think of, like, checking around for it. But yeah, we should be safe here. Is going to be going forward down there where we'll have the next episode probably start. Just going... Ritual began here, yada-da-da. I'm trying to remember if there's anything here to even grab. I don't know if there is. Oh, there's the note. And then...
15th of August, 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions. Hurry. No time to spare. you have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry. Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Paint the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come.
See, it kind of feels like... I'm trying to think of how to describe the endings. I mean, there's Alexander going, which, considering all of this, is easily seen as a bad ending, but I also don't feel like having Daniel make out in the ending we did felt right either, because, like, this sort of talk kind of feels like Daniel isn't as innocent as he tries, and it's more like the evil that came or was put in him remains with him as he's leaving everything.
You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain.
Okay, there's that through.
Alexander, there isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes.
Yeah, so there's that done, and yeah, now that appears for whatever reason to here. But I think that's it, and that just leaves... the choir ahead, and that is where I had the monster encounters. The one that killed me, and where I bugged it out too. I just want to see... Head's pounding, hands are shaking, so we'll have to see how that'll go. But we will end the episode right here for today to hopefully get it all wrapped up next episode with everything now properly figured out. Thank you all, though, for joining me on this episode of Amnesia: The Dark Descent. If you do want to, like, just say, okay, that's Daniel's ending done, fine, no problem. But I am going to keep going one more to see, like, the Agrippa route and how that plays out. But for now, thank you all very much for watching me. And if you did like the video, be sure to give it a like. Any comments, tips, tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. And until I see you all in the next video or episode, survivors, please remember, as always, to take care and stay alive.